Cancer, hi. We're going to do a general love reading today, and I'm using the Llewellyn deck and Celtic cross layout. Okay, so this is a general love reading, and it may not resonate with everyone. If it does resonate with you, then I will be doing an extended, and you can find the information for that in the box below. I'm also starting to do personal readings now, and that information is also in the box below. All right. So just to let you know, a general love reading can be about anything to do with love. It's not necessarily romantic love. And also the genders of the cards relate to the divine energies and not the actual genders. So, and we all have a combination of the divine masculine and feminine energies. Okay, let's see where we're going with this. All right. So, guiding you, we've got the Ten of Wands, and this is a card from the universe. And what the Ten of Wands tells me is that you're ready to set up house with the new development and growth that you have. In other words, and this may encompass all parts of your life, certainly because it's wands, it's about your path, it's about career, it's about your expression in the world, and it could include, as I say, all the other areas of your life too eventually. So we'll see where this reading goes, but yeah, and I'm just going to draw. So I've got the Lovers drawn on that. So my sense is this new growth for you and what you're carrying with you now into the next cycle of your life has to do with, we've got the Lovers, so it has to do with love in all areas. So really pursuing and creating, building this new future based on love. So it will encompass romantic, it will encompass career, it will encompass pretty much your communication in the world, your way of being in the world. So I kind of see that as a holistic picture for you now. So that's kind of cool. In your immediate past, we've got the King of Wands showing up and the Magician. So I feel like there has been an opportunity for you to do a lot of creative, not creative, maybe psychic, maybe, because the Magician is the alchemist, and I think you have been playing around probably with different possibilities for yourself in terms of the transformation that is happening now for you, and the, recreating yourself with different possibilities, using, the same qualities that you have, but maybe rearranging them in different ways to get different outcomes. And then the King of Wands is kind of like being on the path of where you're going. So it's not been an incredibly dynamic time in the recent past. It's been more of a peaceful, centered time of being able to do this alchemy. Because the universe is showing above you, which tells me this is a new cycle that is upon you. But also the world itself is now opening up in ways that deeper ways than before for you. On you now, you've got the Queen of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. So moving back and forth between your own masculine and feminine energies. King of Wands possibly being, that part of you that was transforming, yourself in terms of logistically, pragmatically, practically, that kind of thing, figuring out where you're going to go next, what skills you're going to take, and then also using that time as the King of Wands to to work on your alchemy part of you as well. So the Queen of Wands now is on you, and the Knight of Pentacles. So there's now the opportunities and the knowledge that's coming your way is much more in the feminine, divine feminine energies in you, in terms of your intuition, in terms of creativity, using that side, using both sides of you basically, which is great. You got the Two of Wands at the base, so this is part of the alchemy, is being able to, use that vision and sight that comes from an intuitive level to be able to see where this next cycle is taking you as the universe is now moved into the next level for you. So being able to have that vision, of clarity, but at that level, because it does give you the strength, which I've drawn now as a clarifier, to help you move into that next cycle, right? By being able to already have the ability to have a clear vision of where it's going. So using oracles, maybe looking at this reading right now, going into your, as I say, intuitive side, and however you can access that, which you did a lot of practice, as I say, in the past with the Magician showing up over the King of Wands here. You've got the Ace of Swords and the Page of Wands showing up in your near future. So new ideas, like really exciting, how can I put this, noble ideas beginning to come your way, to excite you and stimulate you in terms of being able to do the Page of Wands, where being able to kind of watch and wait and see what unfolds now for you as you already know that, because the knowledge has already come to you and the clarity's come to you through vision. So you can already kind of know that there is change at hand, and therefore, being able to surrender to it as the Page of Wands is and wait for signs, even though the intensity of the Ace of Swords is on you. And like I said, it's a very noble time for you, because you can see with the Ace of Swords has a crown on. So it's kind of like a using the sword in a noble way for clarity, not in a attacking kind of defensive way. Then we've got the King of Cups and the Fool. So I feel like the King of Cups is a person in your life that is kind of been going through their own, we've got the Six of Swords here and the Five of Wands. So I think it is somebody in your life that's been going through their own kind of passing through their own chaos and moving into kind of clear waters for themselves. And the Five of Wands is the dance that they've been doing, and because it's in your near environment, you have been privy to that. And I think that has been one of the signs for you that you're waiting for with the Page of Wands, to see where this person goes and how this person does it and how they come out. And that is a sign for you that then this may be part of your path too, because you've got the Fool on you here too. So you're about to leap off into the unknown, into the second or this new part of your cycle, as I say, the last cycle came to an end. And so you don't want to take a lot of unfinished business with you. So you're looking clearly and waiting, as I say, for signs, and also getting the information and knowledge that you need, through the Magician and the trust, around the transformational, to give you strength, kind of to have that vision. So it's an interesting way that you've kind of built this in order to take the risks of the Fool, to go after what you love, right? Because you have the Lovers here as your guide, as to where you're going to build this next future. Then you've got the Hermit. So yeah, this is very similar to the Magician, where things are going to start happening a lot quicker in the next while, because as I say, the Ace of Swords, and now you have the Knight of Swords. So kind of a disruptive energy is coming, and in your subconscious you can already sense it. But because you've been the Hermit and you have kind of lit up the way based on doing that research or that investigative stuff as King of Wands into the Magician, you feel like you're okay, like you have the tools that you need to follow the path that gets lit up by you, because what you've done is you've connected with it in your own soul, and therefore you and the universe are kind of lined up, and that's part of what you have been working at doing to help light up the path that you're moving on. So using oracles, as I said too, with that Two of Wands. Then you've got the King of Swords in your environment, and I'm just going to draw the Knight of Cups on that. And we also have Justice. So there is a certain laws of attraction that are at work here, because I can already see things showing up in your environment as you yourself are moving into this next part of your cycle. Because it is also what you asked for. That's why the Justice card is there. So what you're asking for has come your way. So there's a very dynamic presence here of a person, could be male, could be female, knight in shining armor sort of thing, but also a very wise, smart, charismatic person, with it's a king, so it's, there's a certain power attached to this. And then the Knight of Cups, as I said, kind of riding in, in the name of offering you this opportunity to open your heart for, your own personal expression to come through. So this is kind of what you're asked for. I'm not sure, you knew what you're asking for with the Justice card, because it's kind of like what the work you did was what you put out, and that's what it attracted, okay? You got the Eight of Cups in a position of your hopes and fears. So there is a hope here that you're going to keep moving towards where this Hermit is lighting the way. And there's also a fear here, because it's a fear of having to leave behind, the Eight of Cups that are built there, that are, possibly the King of Cups here has, built that for you, with its nurturing energy and its heart-centered energy. And it's like, oh God, I'm feeling like I'm going to have to leave that. But the thing with the Eight of Cups is you may have to leave it, but it's still going to be there. It's a support system for you that's always going to be there. Okay? Then the Ace of Wands showing up in the outcome. So you now really pursuing this new path. I see that as your outcome. I'm not sure, time frame. If I was doing a personal reading, I may be able to zero in better on a time frame. But that is definitely your outcome. And I will be looking at these cards a little bit more in the extended reading to see where this is going. But right now I'm just going to draw an oracle to close this reading off. If this does resonate for you, then, as I say, the extended reading, we can go into it more. So the oracle is trust. And I think, with the Magician, with the Two of Wands here, is that you have learned how to surrender, because you do have the ability to use your intuition to connect with spirit, to connect with, that kind of intuitive vision of where you're going. So you feel a little bit more equipped to be able to go into this next cycle, which the universe is showing here, with trust. All right, well, that's it. And we'll see you next week, and maybe in the extended Cancer.